Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to take you through something that's a little bit different. We really haven't talked about AI much on this channel, and it's one of those things that I do use to create content. I've used it for years actually to create content. I use it every day in my everyday life. I'm a big fan of AI. There's a whole spiritual thing on AI, but we're going to get into that in another video. Today we're going to talk. We're going to have a mock interview with someone who is a protective protocol expert. The way AI works is that it's consumed large portions of the internet, large portions of documentation and things. So when you ask it to pose as a certain persona, it can give you reliable and convincing sounding answers from that particular perspective. And then to make it even better, this AI is now fully capable of reading the internet. So based off of the assassination attempt on Trump, I actually had it search the internet for different details and things and different news stories, and it compiled some pretty convincing answers. And because we're a smaller channel, I can't really just go out and interview an expert for you right now. So I said, hey, let's interview the next best thing. Let's interview an artificial intelligence that has been seeded with the information that may help us get a little bit better of an idea of what the hell happened, what was the breakdown that allowed the Secret Service to run into the situation. So you're going to see interview questions, and you're going to see a response from the AI. And I'm just going to read all of it starting now. Thank you for agreeing to speak with us. Can you start by introducing yourself and your background in protective services? Certainly, my name is John Smith, and I have over 25 years of experience with the United States Secret Service. I served in various capabilities, including as the special agent in charge of presidential protection. Now, again, the way AI works is that this is going to respond as a persona. So when it speaks, it's going to speak in ways that it believes that that particular person with 25 years of experience would speak. However, it is seeded with information that has been gleaned from different news stations and different legitimate sources. That was part of what you call prompting when I typed in the instructions. So it isn't just blabbering about. It actually did pull in a lot of detailed information on how things should go. And you can take it with a grain of salt, whether you find this interesting or not. I would love to know down below. Hit a like button if you like videos like this. Let's jump straight into it again. Let's dive right into the incident involving former President Trump at the recent rally in Pennsylvania. Can you explain what standard protocol should have been followed? Absolutely. The Secret Service employs a multi layered approach to protection. This includes physical agents at strategic points, advanced surveillance, and tactical units such as sniper teams. The key is redundancy and ensuring that all potential threat vectors are covered by multiple layers of security. Sounds pretty convincing to me. It was reported that a structure 440 feet from the president, Trump was left unguarded by physical presence. Instead, reliance was placed on sniper teams. Is this consistent with standard protocols? The AI says, not typically. While sniper teams are crucial for counter sniper operations and long range threat neutralization, they should not be the sole line of defense for any critical area. A structure that close to the protectee should have had a physical security presence to ensure immediate response capabilities. There have been some speculation and reports that police detail allegedly assigned to watching the structure may have made eye contact with the shooter. The shooter was then reportedly drew his weapon on the police officer, who moved away, possibly in fear due to political anger at Trump. What are your thoughts on this? If reports are accurate, it represents a severe breakdown in protocol. An officer in such a situation should never abandon their post. The appropriate response would have been to maintain position, assess the threat, and alert others by any means necessary, including firing a warning shot to alert the crowd and other security personnel. Moving away from the post or failing to respond appropriately undermines the entire security setup. Wow, that sounds pretty good. It was suggested that the officer might have been in cahoots with the shooter due to political motivations. How does the Secret Service handle such situations? The AI responds, the Secret Service has stringent vetting processes for anyone involved in protective details, including local law enforcement partners. If an officer were found to be complicit, it would represent a catastrophic failure of these systems. Political motivation should never interfere with security duties, and any indication of such would need to be thoroughly investigated and addressed to maintain the integrity of protective operations. What if there was a situation where the federal government and possibly the local PA police were struggling to get release to allow for personnel to enter the property and to properly secure it? Do you believe that that may have had something to do with the failure and perhaps maybe the venue was not switched out appropriately like it should have been? Now, this is a question I posed to it because I do get that feeling. I feel like this glaring error probably happened because, by Trump not being completely popular with everybody in the country and the country being so divided, there's a good chance that the person that owns that property did not allow the Secret Service or the police to have physical access to the location. You should understand that in this country, we're not a dictatorship, at least not yet. Uh, that you can't just force your way into somebody's private property. If the owner barred the officers in the Secret Service from entering and they didn't have a warrant, they cannot enter no matter what, unless it's some kind of there's a few situations in this country where they can enter, but almost none of them applied here at all, whether or not former President Trump was there or not. The AI responds, it's certainly possible. If the advanced team encountered difficulties in securing the necessary permissions to enter and secure a critical structure, it would have been prudent to either switch the venue or implement additional security measures to compensate for the gap. Sticking to a location without being able to properly secure all high-risk areas would be a significant oversight. In such a scenario, relying solely on snipers is not an adequate substitute for a comprehensive security plan. Whew. Given the setup at the rally, what specific protocols were breached in your opinion? The AI says the primary breach was the lack of physical agents at the critical structure near the stage. This created a vulnerability that the assailant exploited. The reliance on sniper teams alone was a significant deviation from the norm. Additionally, if local police were responsible for the area, there should have been direct supervision and integration into the Secret Service's security plan. Interesting. So it sounds to me like the Secret Service should have had some kind of liaison or some kind of radio connection with the ground team with police officers that may have been watching the entrance and the perimeter of that property that it seems like they were barred from getting access to. Uh, my next question for the AI was, what are the potential implications of such a security breach for future protective operations? The AI responds, the incident underscores the importance of adhering strictly to established protocols. Any gaps in security setup can have dire consequences, as we saw in this case. Moving forward, it is critical for the Secret Service to reevaluate their coordination strategies with local law enforcement and ensure that no critical areas are left unsecured. My part is I basically say thank you for your insights, John. Before we wrap it up, is there anything else you'd like to add about maintaining robust protective measures? The AI John says just that the security of our leaders hinges on meticulous planning and adherence to protocols. The Secret Service has a long history of evolving and improving its methods, and learning from incidents like this is part of that process. Ensuring comprehensive coverage and quick response capabilities will always be paramount. I basically say thank you again for your time and expertise. And John says, my pleasure. Stay safe. So you have it, guys. There is ChatGPT 4.0's opinion on what happened when prompted to respond as a 25-year veteran of the Secret Service. So I hope this shed some light on what may have happened. I do get a strong feeling that whoever owned that property is probably not feeling the best today because of what happened, or they could be happy. You never know. I mean, if they didn't let them get access to it, it could be for a particular purpose. They may have been engaged in some kind of illegal operations. We don't know why they didn't do it. It's just my speculation that they didn't allow them onto the property, because as far as I understand it, the law in this country, it doesn't matter what former president wants to get access to where. The onus falls on the Trump campaign deciding that, hey, this location, it can't be cleared by Secret Service. So that means we need to move to a location that can be cleared by Secret Service. And I get this feeling that Trump himself probably did not want to hear that. And I feel like he may have forced these guys to do what they could do to secure it anyway. And unfortunately, that was basically, hey, let's just use sniper teams. We'll just watch it all day long. We'll watch it like a hawk. Makes no sense because, as you see, the reality was that they just were not able to watch it hard enough. Whether the guy took advantage of them moving or just took advantage of that hole in their security, that was the end result. So, guys, if you like videos like this, please leave a comment. YouTube rewards user engagement. So if you guys like this in any way, shape, or form, if you disagree with it, if you have other ideas, please put those things down below. It helps the channel grow, and it'll push this video out to other people who enjoys this kind of content. Of course, a like is always welcome. Thanks so much for watching. Please nurture your spirit, take care of yourself, take care of your families, and I'll see you in the next video.